Hi friends, Marlene here with Uniquely Ella. I'm glad you're here, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. I have a quick, hopefully little video today on a flip on this journal, my latest journal that I made. It's a sea themed journal. I've always wanted to do one of these, but I never got the chance. Then I ran into the paper Cameo. I think it was still cold outside, so it must have been towards the end of winter, in this paper collection. So I put this kit, and I put it on my favorite. It's called By the Sea, and I already had another paper collection that I have in here that works really well with the paper Cameo is Seaside Dreams, I think it's called, by Ruby and Pearl. But anyway, the paper Cameo, I kind of put a favor on it on Etsy, and I said, you know what, this summer I think I'm going to give that a try, and I am so glad I did. I am in love. I love the paper Cameo, period, but I am in love with this kit. It's gorgeous. So let's take a look. It's a one signature journal, like I always like to make them, you know, with the binding on the outside this time, and the binding is like a little exposed in the back. And I found some old, well, I've had it for a while, it's not that old, some seam binding that's not crinkled, and I'm like in love with it. So that's what I used to bind it, and she's a little bit chunkier than usual. There's lots of goodness in here, and they're pretty much the same except for just a few things. Like, for example, this charm here is a little star, and then on this one is like a little clam. So they're like a little different, but you know, almost everything is the same. I love this trim. This is my favorite trim in the whole journal. I love these little scallop edges. Actually, guys, what took me longer was this piece up here. Let me see if it'll focus. This piece here, beading all that. I found these seashells and these amber looking glass beads, and I wanted to make like a chunky cluster and kind of intertwined it somehow with the my German twine. This took me longer to do this than the journal. This took me like forever because I'm not a beader, so it's hard for me. But anyway, whoever gets this journal, I make sure that every single little pokey end of the wire, I twisted it really well, but still be a little bit careful. These, they have both found a happy home immediately, so they're on their way out, and I wanted to make sure that I did my little flip on them. So let's get started. This is what I use for the closure, and the primary colors are teal, bluish, a little bit of this red, rusty, corally color, some browns, and I think it has some red in it. Comes untwined like that, and then this is the little cluster. It's just a little cluster, and then what I did was that I just went and just kind of tie that around it and kind of make it flowing, but it's still held on. So, and I really like this. I love these colors. This was fun. It just took me a long time because it's new to me. So let's take a look. She's chunky. See, she doesn't. Oh, she's real chunky. Let me see what I can do. To make her stand up. Maybe I'll use this little thing right here. Okay, so like I said, well, let me show you the front. This is the journal itself, which I love. And of course, I wanted to make it like a little boho. I call boho whenever I put these sparklies on. And these are from, I mention her a lot. I'm going to list everyone underneath. These are from Sheila at Bohodaydreams on Facebook. She has a group, and I buy most of my blingy, bohemian looking things from her. So that's how I embellished that. I veil the front. This is my fabric. This little scallop piece back here that looks like a lace, this is from the Graphic Fairy. This is an old belt that I found, and I took it off a dress, so I used it throughout because I really like it. It's in those colors that I like. And for the little presentation in the front, I use, this is from Ruby and Pearl. It has a little bit of swans, but not too much. I already did a swan journal, and that was like a lot of fun. and I love swans, so I didn't really want it to be like mermaid or swans. I just didn't really want it just to be, you know, sea, ocean, summer type of thing. That's what I wanted it. But it does have a couple of images with the swans. Isn't this image gorgeous? This is from the Seaside Dream kit from Ruby and Pearl. I loved it. And this is in the kit that I got from the paper Cameo. It's an envelope. It comes already like that. It's gorgeous. And all this really needed was a little trim and then a little bit of gold here. This was covered, but what I did is that I cut it off. I think it was beige. I put a little bit of vellum. You can see the vellum, just very little. I didn't want to make it clear. I wanted to make it like opaque. So I did a little bit of vellum and I put that image. This is from the paper Cameo. Isn't this kit gorgeous? And it's a little mermaid image. And I cut her just so that her little face could fit in there perfectly. Isn't that a beautiful image? So that's what's inside the little envelope on top. And then I have a few little things here. And I love the fish. I love all of it. I have a little journaling, vintage little looking receipt right here with plenty of space in the back. And then I have another little image. Oh guys, there's a lot of sewing in this journal. I love sewing. So a lot of the inserts, little bits, have sewing, but also a lot of the pages. That's very time consuming, but I love doing that. So I love this. Is from Ruby and Pearl, I believe. And then I love it because of the cream color here. So that's inside the little envelope. So let's get started so I can show you. The front, I've had this beautiful trim like from a long time and I love it. This is the paper Cameo. This little ridge here, this little scallop lacy looking thing. This is Graphic Fairy. I finally treated myself and joined the premium membership, guys, and it's amazing. I cannot say enough. The little freebies that they give you is like a tease. The premium membership, I haven't even gone through it all yet. I'm like a quarter. It's like you hit the jackpot. I mean, I'm telling you guys, it's like if you can splurge and treat yourself to a membership of the Graphic Fairy, go for it. It's worth every penny. So I am been so enjoying that and taking my time and looking around what I like. But so anyway, this is from them. I love that piece. And then here I wanted to do like a little something loose, so I made this cute little thing in here. It's held up with one of my rusty paper clips that I finally got to rust, and I got the rusting correct. Put it aside. And then here I have, what's holding it all together is this little ticket. And then on top of the little ticket I have a little, oh, and I found a collection from My Mind's Eye, I believe. It's an old collection. I had it from, I think, a cruise I took a while back, and I did some layouts and stuff, and I had a lot of the seashell things, so I have it on my vacation box. So I busted it out, and a lot of little things are from there. So here I have this image, these two. I love these. I'm thinking you would find these on the shore. This one goes on the other journal. See, I'm glad I opened that up. There's two different images that go in here. And so probably that journal has the other two images. Oh God, I thank you, Jesus. And then in here, this cute little envelope. Look how cute. Isn't that adorable? So inside the little envelope, I'm not I think this is Ruby and Pearl. I'm not sure, but I'll list both of the collection, then you can just go in and look inside. I put some of the little cutouts, a little sand dollar, a little cutout from the collection of My Mind's Eye, and then back here we have one of these. I love these. I just like the size of them. And this is from My Porch Prints, I believe, and I love that color, that beige creamy color. So that's this little bundle that I got to correct. So here I have another one of these with the blue. I think it's the same one as that one, but I just love, I needed something with a pop of blue here. I have a little floating little page, a doily. This is so pretty. This is from Ruby and Pearl. I'm not sure if it's from the Seaside Dream collection or another collection. It could have been from the same one, but anyway, I love it. So I needed some pop of blue. And then this is a cellophane bag that's mine, and I did some embossing on it, and I love how that turned out. So for inside the little bag, what I did is I made a tiny little journal that's so cute. I got these images, again with some sewing. I love the deep rich blue in that one. So that goes in here, and I made this cute little journal. Look how adorable that is. It opens up like that. And then this is 2 little add-ons that I put in the front. I love that image. It's probably one of my favorite images from the paper Cameo. And then it's just a little, and then that is from my mind's eye. And I have another piece of that in there. I love it. So that's that. That's a little, and then I covered it up like that. I love that little cute little book. Did a little sewing in here. I love that page. You can see a little bit of the coral, and I love it. And it just worked really well with my mind's eye. I found like a strip of this ephemera that has the starfish. It's really pretty. I'll show you. It's in the back. Vintage music sheet. This is Ruby and Pearl. This is from Bohodaydreams. This I still have some left. I love this. I've used it a lot. And then on this page, I wanted to put this light fish. I love him, and I think in my mind that he's swimming in a sea of lace. In my mind, he's so pretty. I love this. I think this is my favorite layout because of the blue and the pop of like red and coral. I love it. This is something I embossed, and this is the back of it, and I grunched it up a little bit. That image. And then up here I also, another thing that took me a long time is that I was going crazy because I had been collecting for this journal for a while, and I had all these charms and all these beads put aside, and I finally found them. I was looking, I'm like, I cannot finish my journal unless I find that. I've been saving it forever. So I found it, and a lot of the little accessories is from that little envelope I had full of goodies. I did some collaging, a lot of sewing like you can see, more collaging. Here on this page right here I have another paper clip, another rusty paper clip. Guys, I lost my nails in my garden. And then here I have a little ticket. This is vintage. It's like a little game thing from a magazine or something, which is kind of cute. You can use it on another journal if you like. This image, and this I did a little stenciling. This is also from my porch prints, and I love this collection. So that goes there. And then in the back with the paper clip, I had one of these receipts with this. This is kind of floating, but you could glue it if you want to cover the back. You can journal in the back, do whatever you like. I made this cute little pocket. This was originally inspired by Ruby and Pearl, and then I saw the Vintage Paper Girl did it, and it reminded me, so I gave it a try. I did a little, there's some stenciling down here, then there's some of that Swiss polka dot little fabric, a little stamp. This is from Tracy Fox. I love junk journals, or I always forget the name of her store. It's not Tracy Fox. I'll link it underneath. I love that. And then I found this piece of coral. It was like a charm, and it was in that little envelope that I've been collecting. So I put it on the little, and then in the little pocket I just have that and that. This sweet little image. This with a little bit of red, of course, you know, you got room in the back. And then I made a little tag and I did a little sewing, and you got room in the back. So that goes in here, and that goes in here. And then I love this image because I love all that red. This is from my mind's eye. See, another swan. This is very pretty. What do we have here? This I'll look it up and I'll list it underneath. I'm not sure who that's from, I'm sorry. This is Ruby and Pearl. This, I have to look it up. I think this is from the same collection. And then I found the perfect soft. It starts light and then it gets darker. Boho, I love it. And then I had a little piece of this left. I love this trim. I always use it as much as I can because I like how it frayed on the top. This is mine that I tea-dyed. I love these little pages for some reason. Isn't that pretty? And then here's another charm. This I've had for a long time. Let me see if it'll focus. I've had this little long one for a long time, but these are from that same piece of jewelry. I think it's so cute. Okay, this came off some kind of garment, which I love. Isn't that pretty? I think this is Ruby and Pearl. I love that lace. See, there's always plenty of room to write your story on, like I always leave. This is one of my crazy tucks that I call them, because you can tuck from the top and you can tuck from the bottom. On the bottom, what do we have? On the bottom, we have another one of these little envelopes with the red. I like that touch of red. This cute little girl. And then a little tag with some lace on top. And that goes like that. And then on the bottom of this, there's some embossing that I did on top of shorthand paper. So that goes right here. So that's one pocket. And then here's like another little pocket that I covered. This is from Paper Cameo collection, but on top I did a little layering with my favorite trims. And then in this tiny little pocket, I have that ship again and another fish. I love these fish. That goes in there. And then on the major tuck up here, look how pretty. On the major tuck I made a big long tag. I love that image. A couple of more images with plenty of room to journal in the back. So that goes in the big tuck up here. This I did a little stenciling on. What else do we have? Look how pretty. Oh, I love it. And then for the center I did a little writing board right here. It's not that sturdy, but it can be used as a writing board for sure. I have another piece of that trim right here. I love that. And then I just put just a simple silk bow on top. And then I lined the center with this trim. I wanted a little bit of that darker color. This was like a little too neutral for what I was going for. I wanted a neutrality, but I wanted a little pop of something, so I think I did it with that. This is from my collection that I've had forever. And then here with another paper clip I have a little cluster that's being held by this. And then here I just have more pictures. I love that picture. And that right here. And then in the back of this page we have more trim. And then we have this tag. You can journal back here, leave it like that, or cover it, or do whatever you like. Sometimes I like it when it looks a little like, you know, like loved. I made a tag here. I put one of these little tags that I tea-dyed. Did a little collage. I got fabric, and then this little burnt copper color I love. It goes really pretty with the shell. And then see another image with the swans. How pretty is that? So that goes in there. I kind of hit the tag a little bit on purpose so that you kind of have to dig and look through it. I love that. This, I don't remember who that's from. Sorry. Back here I did a little collage and some boho, and I love that. One of my tabs up here. Beautiful. I love that trim. I still had some left. And then this trim right here. Look how pretty. I forgot these pages. This ombre trim, I think it's a more fabric. I'm not sure, but I'll list it underneath who I got it from. I love that. I found that. Isn't that perfect? And you can tuck a little something underneath if you like. I frayed a little bit of that trim, and then I search and search. I wanted a little pop of coral, and I found that. So that went in there perfect. This is a collage page from Ruby and Pearl. I love that page. And then here I have one of these. And I turned this music sheet paper into like a little tuck. I left it kind of plain because there was so much going on, but you're welcome to put some lace or whatever you like. But you know, sometimes if I need to have something a little plain, you know it's very busy. And then I found these printables with these sweet little birds. I think this might be Ruby and Pearl, and I loved it. And you can see the sea in the back. This beautiful image. I love their white dresses. And then this beautiful card. So that goes in there. And then here, the seahorses. They're beautiful. It's almost like this K & Company was made for this journal. More little spots to write your story on. I love, for some reason, I love this page. I can put a picture in there, whatever you like. Some lace. Pretty. Turn on. This is beautiful. I think this is, I don't remember who that's from, but if it is Ruby and Pearl, it's not from that collection. I think it's from something else. That I had it in my extras. Here I put this image, black and white, which is really pretty, and I did a little collage here with the two tones of blue that I have going out throughout the book, just to kind of tie the whole thing in. A little collage here. I love that. The back of that embossed paper. And then I found this trim in that packet with the K & Company. I found that. No, My Mind's Eye. Not K & Company. I think it's My Mind's Eye. That is really pretty. I love that. And then I made a little cluster here. This is like a lot. I have another rusty paper clip that I love. And then here I have a French vintage book page. I think this image is so pretty. A little journaling little piece of paper that you can use. We have a lot going on. We have this little cellophane baggie, small. Did a little trim here. I put a little bit of the ephemera here, one of Tracy's label, a little lace, and then inside there's just more journaling possibilities. I have, sometimes I forget what I put in there. I have another one of these. This one in a little, well, this is just a receipt. I love these little hidden places. And then these tags came with the paper Cameo kit. I love them. Look how pretty he is. So I put a little brad and just kind of put that in there. And then on top of the cellophane envelope, it's just this little, I forgot what you call these cards, index cards. And then this ephemera was in the ephemera kit, and I just backed it up with a little lace, and that's a big clump of stuff, but it looks perfect on that page, I think. So that goes there. Look how beautiful that is with this blue. Love it. And another image, but you know, you can journal everywhere. I love this trim so much. I had so much fun making this journal. I enjoyed every minute of it. More sewing, and I love when my pages break like that. We're reaching the end. I love that page because I love the script in the back. And this is the back of the cellophane little baggie. I put another trim. So what I did with the bag is that here the bag is like this. In case anybody's out there that's new, the bag is like this, and that's the back of the bag. But what I did is that I cut the top and made a little pocket that way instead of doing it on the side. And then here as a tab, I have another little fish. He's so cute. He's like the tab. So you pick it up and he spins around. And then I have 3 more pretty tags from the paper Cameo. So I thought that was kind of cute because the tags are too short, you see, but I really wanted to use these tags. I love them. So I gave it a little tab so they wouldn't float under, you know, they wouldn't go all the way to the bottom. Like that. I did a little collage. Another little birdie, he's so cute. We'll reach in the back. And then the back, and then that's the back page. And that is the back of the journal. So yeah, guys, you know what? I didn't even get to name her because it sold right away. I didn't even give her a name, but she will be like a summer at the beach or at the cabin or lake house or something like that. Okay, guys, I hope you liked her. Maybe you picked up a few little tips. This one I did get a little carried away, but I love how it feels and it's yummy. And I hope that the ladies that purchase them will find many hours of enjoyment in her pages. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. God bless. Bye-bye.